777. My son got his 777 greetings. Got a little break, and I'm up here for a few minutes. I can't be up here long. I hadn't been back yesterday because I was busy, but I told y'all I was gonna get back to you. Greetings. Where y'all at? Y'all working? Y'all at home? You working from home? You taking a nap? You playing a game? Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're gonna talk about what's going on. Everybody's thinking about it's a lot of stuff going on right now. Did anybody see that about that lady in the ice that fell 100 feet into an icy lake? Oh my gosh, and the divers had to go get her when the homeless people under the bridge didn't have a cell phone, so they had to run up and stop a car and tell them to call 911 so that they could save the lady that fell 100. Imagine that. That's scary. I know she had to be. Oh man, may she rest in peace. They said she had a child, but the child wasn't with her. And have anybody seen the families of the fishermen that were so-called cartel that was blown up over there in the islands of the Trinidadian fisherman family is suing the U.S. government because they said they were just people trying to take care of their families. So that's so sad. Trinidadian fishermen families. Yeah, it's crazy. Greetings, greetings. I guess everybody is busy or they're working or they're sleeping. I know it's different. Oh, shoot. Hold on. This is MaSunGoddess777. What do y'all got going on today? What do you have going on today? Let's see. Okay. Greetings, greetings. Okay. I was just looking at new features up here, but yeah, the fishermen that were supposed to be the drug lords families is suing the U.S. government because they said they were Trinidadian fishermen trying to take care. You remember the ships? It was boats. Those boats. It was so sad. You know, those boats that were blown up over near the island of Trinidad. Those families are suing the U.S. government. What y'all think about the Epstein files? You know, we knew about this. It was supposed to be conspiracy theories years ago about, you know, the people being on the list. Hi. So it's like, you know, in America they worry about the Democrats and the Republicans, but it's actually a lot of people on that list. I'm not saying everybody on that list is guilty, but it's a lot of people that probably are. And I mean, it doesn't matter. You know, the president may be up there. The old presidents are up there. The celebrities are on that list. How you doing, Dan? 6486. What's going on? Where you at? Where you at? What country are you in? What country? You don't have to give me your address, but I just want to know the city or country you were in. Um, there's so many people on that list, and we knew about it years. I knew about it years ago, so I'm not surprised. And they say that when you look at the corn and think about the letter P, because I can't say that up here. They got those. They got those. Acts that those heinous crimes that they done to those girls, and I'm sure it's boys involved. I don't know why they're not saying anything about the boys, because you know if they had little girls, they had boys involved in that too. And it's so sad that those girls went through that. I looked at that documentary, and it was so sad how they thought, they were going out to these modeling. You got to be careful. That's how they look for you. They'll say they have like a modeling competition going on, and you can come out to the competitions and make money and change your lives and get scholarships, and it's really those types of people. And it goes on in the homes too. These type of things go on. We talking about Jeffrey Epstein. A lot of the people in these homes don't have the money for the alleged cloning labs and all that stuff, but it's children being touched, and it's grown people that's been touched, and that's why they got issues today by family members. The incest thing, and the children being touched by even other children, by their the mom. That I didn't even know that the dads and the moms do this to their children. These crazy parents. I didn't know that went on till later on. So it's really sad. So we just have to work on ourselves and not deflect on other people, because a lot of times people say things to other people because they feel miserable. They feel horrible on the inside. A lot of people is in a mindset now of frequency wars and stuff, where they being controlled by frequency. They feel like they want to give up, take themselves out. So they deflect on others because they feel a certain type of way on the inside. But I've always been able for a while now to regulate my own nervous system and not to let anybody trigger me or affect my joy. I just laugh because, most of the time when people say stuff to others, it's because they feel a certain way about themselves. Because a happy person or a content person is you're not gonna say things that you wouldn't want said to you. So for you to be able to say that, you feel some type of way about yourself. It's called a sadist, a person that likes to inflict pain. The reason why they like to inflict pain on other people is because they don't want to be vulnerable and think about the pain that's been inflicted on them. So yeah. It's just, you have to be careful. Like I said, when you're think about the word P, but when you're looking at the corn, they have it mixed in with these heinous acts that's been done to these people these children and these women and even boys in real life. So, and this is MaSunGoddess777. I just wanted to get up here and say a few things about it was so sad about the lady that fell 100 feet into the icy river, and it was like some homeless people under the bridge that didn't have a phone or any kind of communication, but they ran up to stop a car to call 911. And when the divers, they had like 2 sets of divers to dive in and get her. They said at 4 feet it was clear visibility. I don't know how deep the river was, but when they got the lady, they said that the diver said if they can get to you within 90 minutes, is it within 2 hours? Yeah, within 2 hours of being in frozen water, they can sometimes resuscitate the person. So I didn't know that. I didn't know that because I guess the body slows down the metabolism and everything. It slows down from being in the cold, So they say if they can get to you within 2 hours, it's a chance that you can be resuscitated, even in frozen water. So that's pretty cool. But they wasn't able to resuscitate her. And they announced her passing at, when they tried to resuscitate her at the hospital. So when they got her to the hospital, they announced that she was they announced that she wasn't able to be resuscitated. So sad. That's had to, I can imagine. May she rest in peace. Imagine falling on a ice. She slid off and fell 100 feet into the river. This was in Philadelphia, somewhere in Philadelphia, with all this ice and stuff. Everybody, I hope everybody's been safe. And if you're not used to it, some people used to driving in this weather and used to the snow and the ice, but some people in some areas they really don't ever really get snow and ice and they're not used to it. So I hope that y'all have been faring okay. I hope you've been warm and safe and trying to do the best you can to regulate yourself, because it's a lot going on. It is definitely a frequency war, going on with, even through your cell phones, your computers, your mirrors, laptops, all of that. You can't be sleeping with these devices. I know y'all love them, and I like mine too. I'm not even trying to act like I'm not a part of the problem. Sometimes I'm trying to be a part of the solution, but I have to remember to put my phone up when I go to sleep and make sure I'm not, you don't need to be, if you can't possibly, if you can not, don't be sleeping around the Wi-Fi and the open screens and the TV screens and the mirrors and stuff like that. Why? Because it's a portal. That's why, okay? I'm not just going to tell you nothing and not tell you the reason, because it's a portal. And when you sleep, you're very vulnerable, okay? And you want to protect yourself at all times and in all ways. That's why. But yeah, I'm not just gonna get ahead and talk about Epstein, because we knew, we knew it was. I knew it wasn't a conspiracy theory, and they talk about, the president, all them presidents, baby, was on that list. Is on that list. Now I ain't saying everybody that's up there is guilty, because whatever kind of dealing you had with them could have been one of the ball players name was up there. He was like, "Not today, Satan. I was trying to buy a plane and somebody contacted me and I didn't know who the hell it was, and I did not buy the plane." So he was like, yeah, just because some people name that's up there, they didn't go on the island. But a lot of people that's named up there, they did go on the island and they did participate in whatever, and it's sad that those kids, I don't know why those boys are not being, they just act like it was little girls. But what else is going on? Wasn't that terrible? Wasn't that funny? The Grammys or whatever, that little show they have going on, and all this and that, and everybody's upset with the lady Nicki Minaj. They act like she has failed the race or whatever. She has failed her fan base, or she has let the people down, because she probably been in agreement with most of those people with money anyway are Republican. I hate to tell you. Even the ones that don't have money think like the Republicans. They're not about that. Those Republicans pretty much is none of this. I don't agree with either side. I think they both full of it, but a lot of the people with real estate and stuff like that and assets, they don't want to pay taxes. So, they go with the better side so that they can save and make more money. And the Democrats, they cater to the welfare system and all that stuff of helping the people, and they get the emotions stirred up about they for the community and they're gonna do all this, and then when they get in the office, they don't really do too much to help the people. They all about their own power and lining their own, but self-preservation. And that's what I think old girl was doing. Preserving herself, because we don't know, like I really don't care. I don't worship celebrities. I never have. I think I'm pretty cool, so I've never been like, oh my God, they let me down because they did this or that. I don't know those people, so they do what they gotta do for themselves. And I'm pretty sure she needed to be backed by a powerful organization, because she was coming to, she had a lot of stuff going on with a lot of powerful people in the industry. So I'm pretty sure she felt like she needed to align with them. I don't know whether she has a if she's a citizen, have a green card or whatever. But most of them people from them other countries like that, those women are males. Most of the people that's over in America that's cosplaying as an African Americans are not from here. They put those people in place for a reason. They're not from here. They make money off of this culture and they influence this culture. So just like they talk about the other girl, Cardi B, Nicki Minaj's roots from Trinidad. She's from Trinidad. Cardi B is from the DR originally. They cosplay as African American women, but they're not. They don't. They most of the time they don't have African American. They have people acting as. That's always been the case in the music, the movies, all that. They get other people to play African Americans and influence them. They don't get the people that's actually talented here to do it. They get other people from. They want people from other places because I guess they can get along with them better and they go along with their program. I don't know. But anyway, I don't really do the celebrity worship thing. I like the music and I like the artists and all of that, but I don't really get too much into that. Oh, they let me down type vibe. I don't even do that with people I know. What it say in the good book? Put your trust in no man, no one. I don't know who Big Mac is. I don't know if you need hadn't take. I don't know if Big Mac. I don't know who that is. I don't know. Maybe you got it. Maybe you need to go on another page. I don't know who you talking to. I don't know. But that's all I really gotta talk about. I'm thinking. Oh, what did Kevin? I don't like him. I do not like him. I like some of his music, but I think he's weird. But he sure said something that stuck with me, and I was on my laptop. I bring it up. Kevin Gates said, "If you touch a kid," he said, "if you touch his kid, he said you need to get up out of here." And he said that people that do that, they need it. He said sometimes God don't take their hands off of you, but He gonna stand over you and make sure your feet stuck up in the air. You need to go look at that little short what he said with Shannon Sharp. He said if you touch his kid, he gonna try to take you up out of here. He said they need to get up out. He didn't say what I'm saying. I ain't gonna say that because I don't know if I can say that on YouTube. But anyway, I just thought that was funny how he said it. So yeah, it's not nothing big I got to talk about. I just want to get up here a few minutes and just say hi to everyone. This is MaSunGoddess777. And just yeah, like I said, it's a lot of I'm thinking. I know yesterday and the other day was a busy day, so anybody gonna look at that movie, Iron Loom? Anybody seen that? They said he's a YouTuber that produced it with his own money. So he breaking the Hollywood gatekeeping thing, I guess, unless they sent him to make us think that. But he's a YouTuber that financed that movie Iron Lung. Have anybody seen it yet? And I looked at an old movie. I looked at The Last Emperor with the Mandarin. I looked at with the China Last Emperor. It's good. It was like made in 1982. But it's so good. Some of those old movies are so good. Yeah, it was a movie with Val Kilmer that I saw from the 80s. It was like a movie where he had to take this little baby that was like a princess or something, and he had like the elves. It's like a fantasy type movie. Like You might think a kid might look at it, but it was good. It wasn't even an anime. Is it Val Kilmer? Yeah. I forgot the name of it, but it's got this little uh like he's with a baby and he has to take a baby somewhere and he's like a knight. Uh, yeah, I just recently looked at The Last Emperor. I don't think I've seen it, but it's so good. Yeah. It's about Pookie. Is it Pookie, the Mandarin speaking Chinese, the last emperor? Qishong. It's of the Qing dynasty. The Qing dynasty before the communists took over. Well, actually, yeah, they took over. He was in the hidden city, and he was the emperor. But then the communists took over China when he was like, he was grown then, but he was raised up in royalty as the emperor, didn't he? He became an emperor at 3 years old. He didn't bathe himself. I mean, he really couldn't see his mother either. But I think they had an opioid crisis. I think his mother ended up passing away from overdosing on opium. And this was like in the 19 before the bombing of Japan, way before that. So it was like in the night. He was born in 1908. Pookie, the key is called she what is it? Shisu, the last emperor of China. The last emperor of China that lived in the hidden city. He was born in 1908, so he had to get out of his little hidden city when they overtook the communists overtook China. And so he went to, I think he went to Japan. Did he go to Japan first? I think he went to, no, I think he went to the British, I think he went to Britain first. Did he? And then he went to Japan. But anyway, they caught him and said he was acting as what you call it? When they say you're a traitor or whatever to your country. So he was saying, well, no, I didn't know what I was doing. So Japan had him as like a pretend emperor, but even when he was an emperor over in China, in the hidden city, he really didn't have no power. They wouldn't let him out of the city, and he couldn't see his mom, and he couldn't really live as a child. They had him thinking he had power, but he really didn't get no say so until he got him a wife. But when he got a wife, he got 2 wives. He had 2 consorts, and he had him a good time with those women. But when he went to this other place, one of them left. She was like, "You can't have 2 wives in the West." So she just left because she said she won't get any attention that she deserved anyway. So here comes his cousin that act like I think she was a spy for the Japanese, but it was his cousin from the hidden city from China. She got his wife hooked on opium. Now they had an opioid problem over there in China back in the damn early 19, like the 1930s and stuff. 1930s, 1940, they had an opioid, and it was done on purpose. They do this. They did that on purpose. Like, they actually say that in the movie that they purposely got people hooked on opium. And his mother he was like, he told his wife, he was like, I'm not gonna sleep with you because you're like my mother. That's how she died, addicted to the opium or whatever. And we thinking, oh, that stuff been going on for a long time. So what happened was his cousin been around him influencing the wife. She was sleeping with the wife. Now this back in the daggone, like, he was born, like I said, in 1908, but this was like in the 1930s. His wife is having an affair with his cousin, which was a woman, and she the one hooked her on the opium. These is Chinese people there. This is Chinese people. I'm looking at it's called The Last Emperor. It came out in the night. It's so good. So she get her hooked on that. He not sleeping with her. So he's sitting at the table, and they like, oh, she's like, I'm with child. Come to find out, he thinking it's his baby. But I'm like, how can you think it's your baby when I'm talking about The Last Emperor. I'm talking about the movie The Last Emperor. I'm telling you, those old movies are good. I seen one not too long ago with Val Kilmer. It was in the 80s. It's about he's a knight and gotta take this baby to safety, and everybody trying to get this baby or kill this little baby. And he just so good with this little baby. Val Kilmer, he was handsome back in the day. But it's a movie and it's like a fantasy movie, but it's adults can enjoy it too. So anyway, getting back to The Last Emperor, the cousin, which is a woman, is messing with his wife, but then she ended up pregnant. But he seemed like he happy. She said, "I'm giving you an heir." But this is after the communists done came and took over, and the last emperor, which is what is it? Pooh, how I say his name? Pai Shi, quick, because Q Mandarin. When you see the word Q is Shi Hong, and he was of the Qing dynasty. So he's happy about her being pregnant, but I'm like, why are you happy when you know you hadn't been sleeping with her? Because you already said that she was like your mom, addicted to opium, so you won't go. She's like, why you not sleep with me? Come to find out, he go over there and put his hands on her shoulder, like, oh, we about to have an heir. The people, his counsel talking about, yeah, we know who the father is, and it's on this piece of paper. Come to find out, the father of the baby is the driver. So look, they talking about we gonna take care of this. They bang the driver in the head. 8 months, 9 months later, she delivered a baby. She happy. The baby laying down there at the end of the bed, just get googling and giggling and all that. Don't you know them doctors, them Chinese doctors, they got a needle. I'm like, oh God, I know what that is. Don't you know they take that baby out with that needle right there in front of her? I guess that was her punishment for having an affair and getting pregnant and on him and whatever. But I don't think he knew they was gonna do that, but he didn't stop it, I don't think, but it hurt him. So they took the baby and did that right in front of her. Then they told him we taking her to a clinic. By the time he got out there running after the truck, it was gone. And it broke his heart because he really did. That was his first everything. She was his first. That was they found her for him. He was the last emperor, so they had her prepared for him and all that. But that was his first, and he really cared something about her or whatever. But things happen in life. So honey, she come back. She can't even hardly walk up the step. Look like that clinic wherever she went to. I guess she went to, like they call it, a crazy house or a psych ward. They done dope her up so bad she spitting on everybody walking in the house. She didn't spit on him, but she didn't want to be bothered with him, and he crying. He like heartbroken because he like, damn, look at what I this is my opinion. I'm thinking that's what he thinking. Like, look what I let them do to my wife or whatever. He already done lost the other one because he had 2 wives. Because most of the time in them other countries they can have. He just had 2, but they can have a few wives and concubines or whatever. And they have that here too. It just be the unsaid or whatever. They have that here too. They have a wife, a mistress, a side chick, and all that. You know what I'm saying? The more money they have, a lot of times, the more. Some of them don't even have a dime. They still have that going on. But anyway, she come upstairs after she got out of the site with her cousin looking. The cousin now that done got her strung out, his cousin, that she really don't like him like that. That's how it be a lot of times. It be your own working. It right there, be right there with you, the people that's in the closest to you. So here come the Russians bombing or whatever he was or wherever he was or whatever. He was over in Japan then. But he was signing paperwork and didn't know what he was signing. I'm talking about the movie The Last Emperor. The movie is about the last emperor of the Qing dynasty over in China. He was a little boy when he became, this is true. He was a little boy when he became the emperor of China. And this is tying into when they took all the if you look at that movie and look at what China been through, they got to be, they got on their shit now to be, they basically ruling us. China got all the silver. This is what they're tying into. China got, they lost all their silver. They lost all their wealth then. when they got him, when the Russians that got him, because they said you want the Americans to get you, so they got on a plane. Here come the daggone Russians with the guns, like, yeah, we got you now. So he went to prison as a prisoner of war. Imagine being royalty like that, being being an emperor since 3. He didn't even bathe himself. Look at it. It's on these things. It came out in the 1980s. It's called The Last Emperor. You'll see a little boy up there. It's a little boy on the picture. So he was not even used to bathing himself. He had the best of everything, but they kept him in the Forbidden City. He couldn't go out. He couldn't even go see his mother when she passed. He couldn't even see his mom when he was so distraught. His mother could only come see him and his siblings, and they wouldn't let the girls come. The only child they would let come is his next to the brother that was next to him in age, and they would have to leave. When his mother be leaving, they'll just carry her away, and he wouldn't even know she would go. And then he had a sap nurse that was like his mother that would take care of him. They sent her away. He said, "She's my butterfly." He didn't even know she was leaving. That's fine. You done got too big now to have a wet nurse. So, you a big boy now. So they took her away, but then they got him a girlfriend, a wife. He got 2 wives. He be under the cover with both of them, boy. He be having a good time, but he was undercover the last time with both of them. And that's when the communists came and were blowing up the gate, the walls outside of the hidden city where he was emperor at. So he had to hurry up and leave. Well, he ended up becoming a prisoner of war. But let me go back. He had a tutor that was from a British tutor that put him on to wearing glasses, that told him they wouldn't even let him have glasses. So the British tutor was telling them that, look, if you don't get him some glasses, then I'm going to report it to the newspaper how y'all keep this boy, making him think he in ruling something, but y'all benefiting off of him. Y'all eating like fat hogs off of him being the emperor, but he ain't got no control of his life. And he got him a bicycle. So he loved riding his bicycle. He couldn't ride outside of that gate because he was there. They kept him behind that, kept him there all the time. But he had him that British tutor got him a bicycle. And he was like, I want to go to the West and I want to go to Harvard Uni. Because, they like that. Everybody think it's over, that America is where it's at. Like, that's the part. See, they lead their countries and talk about how beautiful it is, and I'm sure that country beautiful. But honey, the Golden Land, the Golden Gate, the Golden Bridge, all that is here for them in Americas, the Americas, and it's always been that. It's been that when we first built it, before the colonization, America has always been the promised land, the heaven on earth. You know what I'm saying? That's where you can come and your dreams can come true. The government, they're going to help you. It's not hard if you're from another place. And that's because of the monies and the taxes and the benefit of the indigenous people. The real indigenous people is why people can benefit when they come to America. But they're not telling the people that. They go, the government will go to these countries and destroy them. I know. They go and they have done stuff to Haiti. The American government has helped destroy Haiti, Venezuela. I ain't talking about recent. I'm talking about years ago. I studied the history of the warfares and stuff like that, and the destruction of these other countries. They done had their hands in a lot of countries like Somalia, a lot of dealings in destroying these places. Even Gaddafi, the country that he ruled, America had their hands in. Some of our political leaders was selling those people allegedly and was involved in slavery over there in those countries where Gaddafi had it, where those people didn't have to worry about being homeless. They didn't have to worry about paying for their education. Even if they went to abroad, their education would be free. He had those people taken care of. And he also said that he wouldn't buy his parents a house until everybody in Libya had homes. And he accomplished that. And also Gaddafi was also trying to get the African Americans some billions of dollars back in the 90s, but was it the 60s or it was in the 60s? It might have been the 60s, but the government, it was either the 60s or the 90s. But the U.S. government wouldn't allow that because they don't want the African Americans to have a damn thing. They just want to take and lie and say they're from Africa and all this shit. And anyway, getting back to the last emperor, he was a prisoner of war, and he was signing stuff when he was over in Japan, but he didn't know what he was signing. So they was like, "Did you know that you were signing them? They was into biological warfare, da 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 da." And he was like, "Look, I was just the puppet or whatever. But if you want to believe whatever you want to believe, you believe it." He stayed in prison. Imagine that, you not bathing yourself, you being able to eat of the fire. Well, you know, even though he was behind, they was treating him good. He was an emperor. He went to being a prisoner. Let me tell you how they broke him. He was in there locked up with his servants. Cause he had planted, and all the servants that was there were eunuchs. They had castrated him. He was locked up with his servants, and his servant would be tying his shoe, and he's like, "Give me the toothbrush." So when the jailers looked in and seen that, they separated him from his servant. And he was like, "I've never been away from my family," but he really had a hard time because they took him away from his mother at 3. And his mother couldn't come to the hidden city and see him as when he was an emperor from 3 years old. His mother, he had a wet nurse though that was acting as his mother, but his real mother couldn't come to see him like she wanted to and stuff. And she OD'd on opium, and he couldn't even go to the funeral or none of that. He was about to jump off the building to see his mom, and the tutor was like, "Y'all are sick people. He wants to see his mother, and y'all won't even let him leave." You know, and that's sad. But so he was separated from his servant, and he had to go into the prison with these men that was like thinking that they all thinking like they communists or whatever. And he was, because you know he was raised to be emperor. He was raised with an ancient knowledge, so he really deeply he was thinking he was emperor when he went to China. They made him think that he had his little hidden city over there in Japan. So then, you know, they had him thinking that over there because that's how he was raised, about keeping up his, and it was about the ancestors. He really got pissed off when the communist China went and dug up his ancestors' graves, and they chopped up the body, and then they she had her jewels on her pearls. Said they took the pearls and he used that to give it as a gift to his wife that he married. So that really heated up the last emperor when his cousin told him that right there. That did, because you know they all they raised with the ancient. Now he had the ancient knowledge and all this and that, and you know that really was a very disrespectful thing, because you know they into that most of these people in these other countries, honey, they about their ancestors. It be over in the West, in the U.S., where they tell, you know, the cultures where that's, you know, demonized and that's evil to venerate your ancestors and da 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 da. Like that's demonic, and the only thing you supposed to be doing is worshiping the religions. But when it come to your ancestors and the dead, that's evil. That's what they tell the people in the West, that's evil to do that anyway. But over in these Eastern countries and these other places, shit. Man, they about their ancestors. And so he was really, I mean, if you really like me, I'm about my ancestors. So that would really piss me off. Like, he was pissed off with China, the communist China, that because they took over and made him leave his hidden city. And then they gonna dig up his ancestors. And they did that a lot. They did, honey, they did that in China. They did that in Japan. Because you know the ancient people of these places were actually melanated people. They ate them. They dug them. This don't surprise me about them doing no eating no babies on no island. They been eating people. It been eating their body parts. But anyway, so he went to prison. He stayed in there. They put him in a cell with these old men that thought they were communist prisoners. He was like, "You people are sick. Y'all think y'all being brainwashed. Same people. They don't care about you." And they made him learn to tie his shoes. He had to work. You know, they like broke him because he had to be like he went from, that's like, he was like basically a king to being a prisoner. And he was gardening and cleaning and da da da. You know, they was talking about, you got to do your chores and da 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 da. So they broke him. But he didn't think he was going to ever get out. And he didn't care. He was like, fuck it. So the warden would come and be like, "I believe in you. Why don't you tell the truth that you didn't?" He was like, "Listen, whether I tell you this or that, y'all keep asking me the same damn questions. I'm tired. Whatever. I did it. Whatever. I'm not going to sit here and deny it. Whatever you're going to do to me or whatever." So he saved his life. He didn't kill him. I thought he was going to get, because you know, over there, in them other countries and even China here. You betrayed them, the communists or whatever, or betray their country, you going to the firing squad, head chopped off, whatever. You know, it's gonna be something they ain't gonna do like they do here. They is not gonna do like they do here. They not playing with them people. That's why they don't have a lot of crimes and stuff over there like that. Cause you steal something, your finger getting. But it's sad in those middle in the what is it, UAE or whatever, how they have a lot of slavery, and then them people, you know, if they do something, they finger get. But anyway, he saved his life, and he released him after 10 years. He was 57. He was like 50 something when he got out, and I seen him like walking down he rode his bicycle out, and then he went and seen one of his teachers being they was getting ready to take him out. He was like, "This is a good man." They was like, "He's a traitor." He was like, "Well, what is his crime? What has he done?" They was like, "Tell him or say your crime. Say your crime." The old man was like, "I've done nothing." So he was trying to save him, and that was bold because he just got out of prison doing 10 years. And he seen one of his people that they was getting ready to execute, and his boy was like, "Yo, be careful, man. Don't get involved in that because you just got out." He still went and tried to save him. Oh, they threw him out of the damn line. It was like, either you gonna join us or get away from us. So they threw him out because he was trying to help the man out in the street. He go back to the hidden city, and he go inside and he see his little palace that he used to sit on. So he on his way to sit on his throne, and here come a little boy like, "What are you doing? This is it was like a museum." Now he's like, "I'm the keeper or the guardian of." He said, "I am the emperor, the last emperor." He said, "Well, no, I don't believe you. Prove it." So he went and sat on the throne, and he hid the something under that throne, and he gave it to the little boy. It was his little cricket that he had. That cricket been in there all these years. It was a cricket in a little bottle or whatever where he had put that cricket. That was his friend. He had a rat he used to collect. And when he was being tutored, the tutor be like, your secret is escaping. He had a rat he used to keep in a bag. And when they wouldn't let him out to go see his mom, he threw that rat against the wall. He threw the rat, or he was trying to get out. He always wanted to get out of that city. When he got out, he was like, I don't know if I want to be out here because it didn't feel safe. But anyway, then when the little boy turned around, he disappeared. Well, he ended up dying not too long after he got out of that prison. I think he died in like 1967 or whatever. But I was just looking at it because China, honey, to have been through what they've been through, it's pretty impressive how they have come back from that. And I think now all the silver belong to them. They making it look like it's going down or whatever over here, but it's being valued over there in the East. Because I think that this is actually becoming like a third world country. It's all switching around. Yeah, they are becoming the leaders of everything. They've been the leader, but now it's really getting ready to show in the currency and the crash of the dollar and all of that. You know, it's getting ready to really show the volatile markets and stuff like that. And then you see the people that's been keeping their 401ks for about 20, 30 years, they the millionaires. That's been keeping that money in there for about 30 years. It take a while. It take long-term investment. I'm talking about finance. It take long-term investments. You ain't gonna become no millionaire and all that overnight. It take a focused mind. And I'm not even caring about I don't care about becoming rich and none of that. I just like to study the trends and the ranges and the markets and stuff. I'm just into that, the finance part. But yeah, it takes a while. It's not no get rich quick. Because when you hear people talking about they got rich quick with this money making shit, it's not real. It's the scams. It takes a while. It takes long term. It's a sure way to and it's not gonna be where you got money in your pocket type wealth. I'm talking about assets and stuff like that. It takes time. It takes a focused mind, and you can start at any age. It's good to start when you're really young. It's good to start in your 20s. Hell, it's good to start if you can, when you 18. But a lot of people don't have the financial knowledge because, when we go to a lot of these schools, the schools don't teach us the things that we need to know to actually build wealth and be independent, because that's not the job for them to do, because their job is to create indoctrinated slaves. And these people don't even believe in the stuff that we learning, because who produced the books was Ghislaine Maxwell daddy, the working for the CIA, and they got rid of him. And then we was dealing with the Texas Instrument, and that was some what is it called, MK Ultra, the gate program shit they had us under too. So the school is not meant to teach us the things we need to become independent of the system. They don't even teach us about the straw. I didn't even learn about the straw man. And I didn't even know about the social security number and all of that, and the birth certificate. I didn't even know that till like 20. I learned that in 2016, no, 2017, when I went to Florida. I never heard anything about that in the area where I was, and I've traveled to but when I traveled to, no, no, I traveled with family a lot up north and stuff and all over, but I've even traveled myself. But I didn't learn about the straw man and all that until like 2017. Shoot. And when I learned it, I got on it. Like I was like trying. I got as far as I got pretty far because I wasn't afraid. I wasn't afraid. And I'm still not. But I wasn't. I was like, okay, I need to do what? And it did, and so I tested it out. I'm like, oh man, this shit true. So I had been trying to figure out how to get my fucking money from them people. But the how you get it is, it's a legal way to do it. You have to be a third party creditor. You want to go private, and you want to be like operating through you want to operate through a trust. That's how you want to do it. So yeah, I it took me a while. I'm like, damn, I can't get it through the straw man. Shit, I tried to get it through the straw man. But yeah, getting back to the reason for me looking at that movie was because I wanted to study how what the Chinese had went through, and how their country was overtaken, and how they built it up now to become such a world power. I mean, those are little people, and those are not even the original people that was there from ancient times, and they have disciplined themselves through the practices of discipline. And I don't, I'm not saying they nice people or whatever, but I don't even, they might be clones, but they have disciplined themselves to become a world power. I mean, with everything, and I don't think the food is healthy. No, I don't agree with all their practices, but you got to respect the fact of what they had, that what they disciplined themselves in, and they used. Oh my God! When I was researching in school, I had to write a paper. China used one of Carl. Is it Carl Jung? They actually used some of his stuff that he wrote, and went over there, and he was over here. They used some of the old stuff that this country, the West, threw away to build their infrastructure back up. Their factories and all that. Yes. I think they modeled it after some of the people that wrote books, since the great people that wrote books in the West. Well, I don't know if it was based off of communism or whatever, because they say when it's based off of that, it's taking a property socialism, where they're gonna eventually take everything from the citizens and stuff like that. So, but it seems like we have the downfall of the West now. We are dead smack in the middle of the downfall and collapse of the dollar, la la la, and all that. So we just gonna have to. I think we really gonna have to find ways to. If you're in the West, if you're thinking about leaving or whatever, but if you do leave, you would want to come back when things settle down. I mean, everybody can't leave. Some people just gonna have to stay and face it and ride it out. And if you do, you're gonna want to be able to have your own food, because the food is gonna be used as a weapon. Because think about it, if they want to cut down the population and stuff, they're gonna limit the food supply and the water. Because you can survive without food. Because a lot of us, I know I got some fat on me. And I don't give a damn what nobody come in the comments and say. I don't care what nobody say about that. I don't care what nobody say about how I look. I don't give a damn if I get up here with no bad. I won't have no. I try not to have no crust in my eye. I'll brush my teeth, but I'm not gonna put on makeup all the time because I don't want to. Yeah, he threw the rat at the wall because he couldn't see his mother that died. He said he knew she died. He said, "My mother." Look, this how he talking in that movie. It's funny. He said, "My mother, she killed herself with opium." And then he was like, "I know." I don't know how he knew that, but he knew it. So he threw that rat at the wall because they wouldn't let him out. He was headed to the door. You know, it was a wall, and they kept him in the hidden city. All of the warriors put their swords up and kneeled it in front of the door. And you know he couldn't get through that. So he just said, "Fuck it," and threw the damn rat at the wall and turned back around. And then he went and got on the roof like he was going to jump off the roof. His tutor and all them people had to get up there and save him. That movie is good. I've been looking at, look, I'll look at it. I'm trying to look at Iron Lung. I haven't seen it, but I don't think I'm going to the movies. I might go to the movies because I like this movie. I like this movie, Dad. I like it because they got the massage chairs and the woman chairs and all that. I think they got the feet warmers too. I might go to the movies and see it. But you know the YouTuber, I don't know what they call him. But this YouTuber, he produced it with his own money. So he's like Hollywood, like he's like shitting on Hollywood and saying that you know, and it made 21 million in the theaters, they say this weekend. You which movie you talking about? The Last Emperor came out in the 1980s about that little Chinese guy, The Last Emperor, but the movie that I'm talking about now is Iron Lung. It's a horror film. Listen, you got to be careful looking at some of this shit now because they got freak. I turned on something and it was something about some zombies and it might have been in the future and it looked like the man was a doctor and these zombies were eating people. That movie, I couldn't get with it. I could look at some weird stuff and some scary stuff. And I love sci-fi stuff, but that was just, I had to cut that off. The one with the man who threw it's called The Last Emperor. It's got the little boy on it. When you go find the movie and you look at it on Google, you'll see the little boy up there. It came out in 1982, something like that. It's free. I'm sure it's free somewhere. Yeah, The Last Emperor. That's the name of it, yeah. And then I started talking about something about the Iron Lung or something with this YouTuber that independently from Hollywood, he claimed he got several million followers. He used his own money to finance this movie that came out, and it's done made 21 million over the weekend. I've been trying to see it, but I don't know if I'm gonna go to the movies to see it or not. I might just watch it at home, but I may go to the movies. But I like going to the movies sometimes to see stuff because I like to look at it I like that screen. And I like when I saw the Avatar, I went to the movies and I like to put on them glasses and it look like I'm actually them things coming out at me and all that. I like that. So yeah, lucky. I like that stuff. It's exciting. Look, I went to the water park with the kids and I was on the water rides. Sarah was like, "Girl, I'm surprised." I'm like, "Girl, why you surprised? I got them Gemini places. I like to have a good time." She talking about she was scared to go on the stuff I went on. Look, me and Gab done went on them. We went on something called a hurricane about 4 times. It's water. I enjoyed that. Now, if it would have been an actual machine that I was on, oh hell no, I might would have thought twice. But honey, me and water. I crashed in that I crashed on that slide like I was, look, I don't went on that. Gabby was like, I was like, "Girl, you want to go again?" That's a good time at the water. This was her birthday at the water park. I was like, look, but Gabby wouldn't go on this one ride. And I wanted to go. They look like it throw you up in the air. You be on like a boat. And then you go up high. And she went up there. I'm like, "Girl, you scared to go on the one I went on, but that mess worse than that." But I couldn't go up there because I didn't have nobody to go with me. Gabby wouldn't go with me, but she had Noah with her, but we had to be coupled off. Gabby was like, "I'm not going up there." I was like, "You don't went on the scary shit, so why you don't want to go?" We don't went on the worst thing out here. We don't went on the worst thing out here like 3 or 4 times, and you don't want to go on that thing. Look, Sarah looked like that thing had her going up in the air. After that, she was like, "I'm sitting down." Fun though. Yeah, I love some water rides there. I go look. I go water rafting and all that. Look, you know I was in that. Look, you know I be canoeing too. I fell out one time. Yeah, yeah, shoot. I love some water sports now. But yeah, it's called The Last Emperor, and that movie that Aaron Lung, that's a they say he might be opening the door for people. I hope so, cause honey, I want to put me some movies on Tubi, independent films. Yeah, so yeah, that's cool though. I want to check that out, the Iron Lung, and I'm about to look at probably Jupiter. I think have I seen Jupiter Ascending? I might look at that. That's an old one too. That's an old movie too. Um, yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, I tried to go to the water park for my birthday. I could have went, but I ain't had no partners to ride no rides with me because the old men, they ain't want to do that. Can you believe that? I'm like, damn, they older than me. I'm like, I'm gonna be a kid on my birthday. I'm going to the look. I'm going to get some ice cream to this place. It's this place that it's this place. I don't know what the ice cream got in it, but them people can't get out of the line. They be in the line eating it. I don't know if it's that Japanese ice cream or I don't know what it is, but honey, they be in the line eating that ice cream like it's crack. So I be doing kid stuff. I sure do. I was trying to go to the water park. I went to the beach, but I was trying to go to that water park and just crash out all day at the water park. The old men like, I don't know about that. I was like, don't you? What are we doing here? Nah, damn, old men didn't want to go. So I didn't have, I was getting ready to snatch up somebody. Nah, let me take that back. I won't go snatch up nobody kid. I was gonna ask my neighbor, listen, do you want your kids to go to the water park or whatever? We can sign a consent form. I'll make sure they all right. But I got talked out of that. I was gonna do it for like myself to benefit, of course, but I was also gonna do it for like letting the kids get out and do something. I was gonna do it like letting the kids. Somebody done advised me like, if something happened to them kids, you going to jail. Them ain't your kids. Them kids ain't in your family. They had a point. They was like, that lady probably really don't fuck with you like that anyway. And as soon as they say something, them kids never know what type of children you dealing with. They say you did something. You always, I was like, you got a point. We are in them days and times. You can't just, back in the day, you could do stuff like that. Now you got to be careful. No, I ain't gonna snatch no, hell no. I ain't gonna snatch nobody kid, girl, no. I was gonna ask if they wanted to go, because I be trying to be nice to, like, these adults be all fucked up. But these children, they not responsible for their parents. And I be like, I'm gonna pass the kids out. Like, I'll pass out, like, homemade cakes and stuff with M&Ms and Reese's Pieces, like, the bakers, when the bakers bake, they be baking it up. So I'll pass out stuff like that to the kids, and I pass stuff out to everybody. But you know what I'm saying? It just, even in that, you have to be, you have to be careful. You have to be careful. I do it according to my temple and all that, and I do it from my heart. The kids love it. They love it. I hadn't done it, but when I did, I passed out like a whole sheet cake of like it may not be healthy, but it was real like chocolate with the M&Ms and the cake and all different types of candies, and they love that stuff. And then I didn't cook it, but I have a baker I have a baker that's around me that cooked it. I ain't even gonna give myself credit for that. And then they made like the honey bun cake and stuff. And I'm like, I can't eat that much of that. But I will get me a piece of cheese and taste it. Yeah, it won't no edibles. I don't do this no more. I said no more. Not in a long time. Shit, them edibles be good though, honey. Whew. It's been some time. Yeah. Now I don't smoke this, but them edibles, them edibles have you floating. Shoot, sure do. You be like, I don't feel. You be done worked out. I don't feel any pain anymore. But you have to have discipline with all things. But yeah, that movie was good. I'm about to find. I might see. I don't know if I've seen. I be trying to go back and look at the old movies because it's a lot of clues. It's more clues in them, and it's more concrete. Like, and I can understand them better. Like now that I said, what I go back and look at stuff that I've seen before, and I get a different message now. Like it's good to do that. It's really good to do that. They sure do. They sure do. You be like It's almost like you taking a trip. Yeah, sure do. You ain't lying. Gotta be careful. I know somebody ate too many of them one time. They went up north and did it, and they was like, they were gone for days. I was like, this mother might not be coming back. They was on a trip. I was like, I don't know where you went, but it is a few dimensions away from this motherfucker. If you don't come back, I got to go. I'm gonna have to take you somewhere and let you wait it out, cause I got to go. I gotta get back to work. Okay, like this wasn't in the damn manuscript. Fuck. Shit, that trip lasted a few days. I'm like, God, this don't look good. Hell no. Shit, yeah, you can do too much, man. Yeah, you can do too much. Yeah, I be like, actually, when I do have done them, I'll do a little bit, see how I do with my body, and just do it. I ain't gonna just munch it up, cause I'm like, it hit you. Even them gummies, shit, them gummies and shit. I had ordered some cookies from Night and Day Network, and they wasn't as strong. The cookies was good, but my dog ate the damn. That motherfucker got my cookies. I didn't even get but 2 or 3 of them. That little motherfucker ate all. He ate all my fucking cookies, my edible cookies, and went down. I thought the bitch was gonna die. He went to sleep. He slept good. I was like, you bitch. Ate all my fucking cookies. I was like, I think they cost about maybe $30 or whatever. I was mad as hell with that dog. I didn't give it like 2. He ate all my fucking cookies. The fucking dog. Motherfucker got them cookies. I mean, they was in individual packs. I'm like, bitch, how you do that? He got to all them packs. They were ripped up like he cut open them with his fucking hand. I'm like, this dog here, this motherfucking one of them damn weird dog. This dog here, he weird. Motherfucker ate my fucking cookies. Yeah. And then went to sleep. I said, you probably won't wake up. He woke up. Shango. That's what Shango. Yeah, man. That's crazy though. Went to sleep. I said, you better not shit them cookies out in this house either. You better carry your ass outside. I was like, who got my cookies? I look over there, it's about 20 wrappers empty. I'm like, this bitch here, I might need to take him to the vet. Cause ain't no way in the world he could survive that. He survived. And then had that been the shit that I'm homemade, if that had been the homemade shit he got to him, he might have been fucked. I don't know. But yeah, it's wild. I don't know. Yeah, I'm checking out some older movies. I've been doing that for going back, looking at some of the new stuff. Oh, that movie Weapons is crazy. And Bring Her to Me or something like that. It's talking about them foster homes and shit. Like, just I believe there's some truth to it. And that Weapons movies is about, that little boy go to school, that teacher, all her students get missing in her class. Some truth to that too. Yes, they telling what they They telling on them. They gotta put it out there. Whether you believe, they gotta put it out there. Now they putting out them files to tell you, yeah, we do this to kids. What the fuck you gonna do about it? Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, what you gonna do? We do this. We about that life. Blah, blah, blah. I already knew it. I already knew it. But I guess a lot of people didn't believe, like, that's who they following and worshiping and voting for is motherfucking heinous. They do everything opposite of what's good. That's what they gotta do. They gotta do everything. What is it? Benevolent, nefar. They gotta do opposite. They got to reach their God. They have to do the opposite. Like, and they have to split the person, the kid. They gotta. If they survive the trauma, because you saw one of them files that said, if you saw it, it said, do you want me to off them? In so many words, do you want me to do them? That means, do you want me to off them? Or do you want me to do them? Or do you want me to just torture them? Because they know if they torture them, they'll break. And then that entity can possess them. Because you think about it. That's why I say I believe some of us was under MK Ultra by our, sometimes your people that raise you be the handlers. You don't know what kind of contracts you don't know. Like, imagine if somebody come to you, think they're gonna tell you, a motherfucker came to me and said that if I do this and that, they're gonna make sure I'm all right all my life. If I torture your ass and don't let this happen, if that happen, because they done seen something in you and they know you a special child. You think your mom or your daddy or your guardian or who the fuck raised you gonna come to you and tell you that they done sign a contract? They ain't telling you that. I know if I were that type of person to do some evil shit like that, or to be desperate enough to fall for some shit like that, I wouldn't tell no kid. You can't. If you tell these kids, they'll take you out now for much less than that, because they know these parents, some of them full of shit, and some of these kids full of shit. Some of these kids don't treat their parents right. Some of these parents don't treat their children right. Some of these children is taking stuff out on their parents, and you be like, why they do that? Because of how they was treated when they were children and stuff. And then they get old and want them to take care of them, and they done traumatize these kids. And then some of these kids just ain't about shit. Some of these parents ain't about shit. It's rarely ever balanced where you see a balance of the parent and the child, and they both about some shit. It's rare. I admire that, because it's most of the time it's one or the other. But you think a motherfucker gonna come and tell you, yeah, I signed a contract on your ass and I had to treat you like shit for me to be all right? If ain't a motherfucker ain't coming to you telling you no shit. They not coming to you telling you no shit like that, because if you go through a lot of trauma and shit, and then they breaking your self-esteem, and they telling you that you like you're not gonna be nothing, and they shaming your body, making you feel like you a piece of shit, you gonna get dark eventually. If you ain't like, your ancestors ain't got they ain't got their hands, and a lot of us, we done went rogue almost and lost it, but something pulled us back. I guess it won't meant, because something could have taken us over from what we've been through. Think about it. Something could have just taken you over, and you could have just said, because you will think about it. If you had to have gone to know heaven, and to know how to love and deeply, and to know how people feel when they being the little guy being picked on and the black sheep. You had to go to hell. You had to go through something to go that low. To go that low in the depths of heartbreak and pain and suffering, where you had to feel like nothing, where you might have been on the verge of taking yourself out, and you just felt low enough where you could feel like you could not be loved, where nobody did, where you didn't deserve, like you didn't deserve to be treated right. You felt as low as you felt like that you was to blame for your people, not even in your family. You was the problem. For you to feel that way, that's opening up portals. So you know what the devil look like. You know what hell is. You know what evil is, because you done faced it head on. You faced it and you survived it. If you listening to me, it ain't but two people. This is what this meant for them. You know how low you have been in your pain and within the depths of your soul, of feeling like just nothing. So and you fighting every day, you still winning the battle now because you are here today in this time and you trying to find ways up out of the fucking shit. People, you still, some of you still got people that's, they still ain't, they just wondering like, why this motherfucker ain't just done blow their brains. Why they still trying to, why they still think it's gonna be why ain't, damn ain't gonna get my payoff. Cause this motherfucker still trying to, just give up, motherfucker. Don't, just give up. And then they tell you like, you ain't gonna never be nothing. I thought you ain't gonna be nothing. You ain't got no money. You ain't got your own this. You ain't got your own that. You ain't got this. You ain't got that. You ain't got no woman. You don't know what. You ain't got no girl. You ain't got, your kids ain't with you, or you ain't got no husband. You ain't got no education. You ain't got this. You ain't got no light skin. I mean, it's different shit. You ain't got. You don't look like this person. I don't favor you. That shit. A motherfucker would tell you to your face so you can crash out. I like this child better than I like you, and I'm gonna make sure that I, bitch. And see, that's when they testing you. When somebody tell you to your face, they comfortable enough to tell you that they don't like you like that, and that they favor somebody else, and what they gonna do for that person. See, what you supposed to do then, you know, you supposed to get dark. They want that, they activating something. Because most people, when they fall within that, they gonna start doing like that girl did on that damn movie. Oh, why is it not coming to me? Why is it not coming to me what I'm talking about? Come on. Come on. That movie with that lady. That lady that playing Tyler Perry movies, where they made her into a psychopath. They made her into a psychopath. No, not that. Yeah, oh, I know about that. Come on, that's my old. That's my damn. Hell, I'm about the black here. I ain't talking about her. I'm talking about this new shit, and I can't think of the name of it. But it's about, they tease this girl so bad. She won't just get fucked with at school. It ain't that one. I'm gonna go up here. Hold up. I hope I don't get off of, I'm trying to look it up. I'm trying to look it up. I don't know if I can find it because I done install this app again. But what is the name of that movie? Shit, hold up. I tell you, I'm gonna come back up here and post it in the comments when I get off. I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna come back up here and post it in the comments when I get off. I'm gonna come back up here and post it in the comments. I really will. That movie was about, that girl was being picked on in school. I mean, to the point where they was acting like she was fat. She was a fat girl, but she wouldn't take up for herself. So they was picking on her. And what they really was doing, it was the pretty girls, so-called pretty girls. It was this one black girl. When you see this movie, you're going to know what I'm talking about. This is one black girl. I think she might have been mixed or something like that. She might not even have been. No, she was just a fair-skinned girl. But she really is she's from Africa. She says she's African-American, but she Latino. She's an Afro-Latino. She played that part. She the only black girl in that movie. Her mama is a maid. It's that woman that played on the Tyler Perry movie. The woman that played in The Haves and the Have-Nots. The one that got the daughter that's a prostitute, like a pimp. The mother that be telling her daughter she a whore and she need to get herself together. And they end up being cool in the end. But her and her mother was like at odds in the beginning. You know that black girl, the one that's in real life with that white guy. But in the movie, she plays like she be blackmailing those rich men. I'm gonna put it in the comments. But anyway, in this movie, they picking on this girl in school. And I'm talking about, then they set these girls up to get raped. They set it up in the woods and they recording. And then you got these girls in a group that's lesbian. They want that black girl. But that black girl, she's the goody one. So they set her up to get raped. And they set that other girl to get raped. The other girl saved, the black girl saved the fat girl from getting raped. And the fat girl just leave the black girl to get raped. She said, fuck her, and leaves. That girl go home and get picked on because she got a sister. The sister is the skinny, blonde hair, white girl that look good. She be picking on her. You don't eat. You don't need nothing to eat today. She's like, listen, y'all, I don't want to go on no boat trip. She just want to stay home and chill, the fat girl. But they like, come on, we ready to go. We going on the boat. You know she don't want to go on no boat. She can't wear no fucking bikini. What the fuck she want to go on the boat for? Her ass is going to get picked on by a little skinny one, her other sister that's blonde, and she accepted, and they probably look like more like the parents than she look or whatever. So she like, yeah, fuck that bitch. She's like, oh, you're too fat. You don't need to be eating. And she's sitting at the table eating, and she already don't want to go on a boat. So listen, she like, and bring my fucking inhaler. Don't you know what that bitch do? While she walking out there to that boat, she just spraying that inhaler. She spraying and spraying and spraying and spraying and spraying. I done seen this bitch spray that inhaler so much, I know that bitch was gonna run out before she got to the edge of that damn dock to get on that damn yacht, damn boat that her family had, that yacht. She sprayed that motherfucker so hard, I know when she got to the edge of that dock, that shit was gone. Guess what happened? They get on the damn water because I guess they go far out. They, you know, they got the lake right there by the house. They go far out. She started having an asthma attack out there on the water. And she need her inhaler. Well, guess what happened? Ain't nothing in there. She trying to spray it. Ain't nothing coming out. So, you know what happened to her. That motherfucker eating donuts and happy. It ain't funny. It's not funny. But mama make a point. I'm getting ready to round this motherfucking story up. It's not funny that the girl passed away. But it's kind of funny that how the girl handled it, cause they done made this mother. Which you can let people do that to you. You can let people. They done crack her. She done split. They done let that damn entity sit on that seat and made it come. They helped it, but the portal was open because she was vulnerable. You know, she didn't stand up for herself and fight back and do all this. Cause a lot of people, they ain't got it in them. They won't tap into, you know, they inner hero or whatever. That motherfucker gave in and she became a fucking psycho the rest of her life. I'm talking about she lost weight and everything. That motherfucker done transformed into the sister that she killed. She pretty much killed her, but nobody could prove it because the only thing they remember when they look back is how happy she was at that funeral. I ain't laughing, but these motherfuckers, they put themselves in danger and don't know it, cause some of these people, they're not gonna be able to tap down there and be strong and be like, listen, I know this motherfucker's sick and I need to get away from him. They gonna take your ass out. They gonna find a way. It's more than one way to skin a cat. See, she got rid of her sister, but guess what? How they gonna prove it? They didn't know. They just thought the motherfucker couldn't get enough air. They didn't see her spraying that motherfucking air inhaler. And guess what? Everybody was fucking with her. That sister was fucking with her. You too comfortable fucking with people. Telling her, yeah, you fat, you eating all the food and did. Picking on the girl. Then you know the parents involved. They like favoring the damn other child. And listen, these people is agents. I'm rounding this back to this. They want you to go dark. They want you to do some shit. Even if you don't get caught, your higher self and your ancestors is looking at you and shit like that. They looking at the things you do, you're gonna be held accountable for it. A motherfucker will do shit to you. They'll do shit to you. And they are to blame. But it's all about your reaction. Are you gonna look at that cup half full or half empty? Are you gonna choose your battles, or you gonna fight the war? You gonna fight all the battles and not fight the main war? And you know he who lasts longer is the one that get the last fucking laugh. Sometimes you just gotta sit back. You just gotta sit back and take a deep breath on some shit, because it ain't even worth it. Like, a lot of the people that got upset in a few seconds, like now they got frequency wars going on. Most of the people that's done committed crimes and done stupid shit, if they could go back and repeat it, they would have took a deep breath and they would have thought about it and they would have gathered themselves, because it's not nothing worth your soul. It's nothing worth your soul. It's nothing worth your freedom. It's not nothing. Nobody should be able to do when it comes to materialism, when it comes to a relationship, when it comes to nothing, to make you go outside of yourself and just lose it. Because, I mean, you can. It would be expected to lose it over, but you got to discipline yourself, especially now. They're going to try you. They're going to test you. It'll be your own fucking people that you didn't think they were gonna fuck with you. Like, you be like, I thought that was my day one. That'll be the one that'll test you now. There's some damn Matrix. Look, we looked at the Matrix. I'm going back and look at that bitch again. I done looked at it. I'm gonna look at it again. You see how them fucking agents be getting into everybody. Them motherfuckers get in them motherfuckers and their eyes change. I done seen that too. I seen that a long time ago. And I'm like, motherfucker, you already done open up a portal. And I done seen your damn continents in your eyes and shit. I done seen this happen with people that you wouldn't even believe that I seen it. I'm like, I'm like, yo, I know what I saw. This person is like something took this not that's something done. One of them damn flood entities done took over these motherfuckers. And when them motherfuckers take over, you got something evil on your fucking hands. You better be careful because they're gonna try to push you to crash out and destroy. It ain't no design. It's destroy. Mainly destroy your fucking self. And not even just as physically, but they want to destroy your soul. They want to get one of their buddies and like, I'm in here sitting on this seat. So man, I got a space for you over there. Cause I'm gonna show push this motherfucker to crash. Take a deep breath and what's not worth it. Nothing is worth it. Nothing. I don't care if you got, I don't care who you gotta get. I don't care who it is. It's not worth it. It's really not when you think about it. You know, it's been things that I was gonna, I almost let my ego get me into. And when I sat back and thought about it, I'm like, you know what? It's not worth it. Long as I got me, myself, and I'm good. I don't care what nobody think anymore. I used to care. I don't care. Long as I got my inner peace and I got my love for myself and I'm working on healing now, I can't forget some shit. I can't. Some shit I can't. And when these retrogrades happen, I start thinking about stuff a little bit. But I know one thing I have done. I have let it go. And I can go back and I can put a lesson to it and say, oh, damn, that's why so-and-so this and so-and-so that. And that's why, you know, I'm doing soul work and doing my checkoffs and stuff like that. It's not where I'm sitting in misery or sitting in heartbreak or sitting in turmoil anymore or anger or like, yeah, I should have did this or I should have did that or I did it. I don't take myself back through the timeline when I feel and recognize those deja vus. It's like now I'm just checking off like, okay, now I understand. Okay, I get it. Okay, making sure I'm still in check. I'm still balanced. I'm still, you know, trying to win this frequency war battle or whatever. Not getting out of whack about any. Not letting one thing pile up and connect to the other. And that's too much on your body anyway. That's how people having heart attacks and strokes. And even high blood pressure along with the food. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta cut back on the meat and stuff, and you gotta give yourself a break. Maybe take it light. I ain't saying you can transform. Sometimes you eat what you gotta eat, but some days, you know, I'm gonna leave meat alone, or I might just eat some vegetables, or I might just, you know, take this and not eat sugar today. You know, just any step in the right direction is a step ahead. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, that we got a food war going. It's so many wars on so many planes. You know what I'm saying? And if you're not careful, you know, you'll be like depressed, and thinking about crazy shit. And it's really something you don't fucking ate. It ain't even really you. It be some other shit going on with the fucking food programs and shit. You know what I'm saying? So all I'm saying is to say this is, we wrestle not against flesh and blood. That's in the Bible. And this shit is in high places because the damn space is in the damn water. Under the ocean where they can't get. It's in the air. Like these principalities. Think about it. The chemtrails come from the air. Now this ain't nothing. Spiritual wickedness in high places. This ain't even nothing that I'm even getting from nobody else. Think about the shit. It's coming down. It be coming down to try to affect us. It's coming down. It be coming down like the stuff that they control. It comes down. It seemed like the stuff that helped us come from under. Where they told us hell was down there and heaven was up there. It seemed like it's that we in the damn Stranger Things a flip. It seemed like we better watch from what's coming up there. From this hologram and this damn blue beam, we better watch it up there and be looking for help to come from down there. Okay? Flip. Okay. You said people don't even understand what that means. Spiritual wickedness in high places. It's not even just the air. It's about in high places as far as the billionaires is what you got. See, yeah, I'm it's levels to that spiritual wickedness in high places. So we worried about them. They got us worried about them. Which is some assholes that come over here. I ain't even gonna lie. I be cussing them out sometimes. I'm not trying to tell you that if you give me some type of energy, I'm giving it back to you. I'm not a Christian. I'm not turning the other cheek. But I'm gonna choose my battle. A bitch, don't play with me. Play with your bitch. Don't play with me. Cause I don't mess with nobody. And I treat you good. I treat you like you treat me. But if you want to be an asshole motherfucker, listen. I can get on my dark shit too, cause I know how to be an angel. I know how to be a fucking demon, but I also know myself, and I know how to balance out. I'm not gonna take it to the point of hurting myself. But don't fuck with me. I'm gonna defend myself. Don't you give me some energy? I'm gonna give it back, and that's right for me. I'm not professing to be no religion. I'm me. Yeah, I'm not gonna just throw me away and my personalities to appease you and suppress myself. No. It is some assholes that come over here from other countries. They brainwash them to think that we're stupid, and they probably, some of us are. Some of us really are, cause it's no way that it's 2026 and a lot of us just. Oh my God! Listen, it's 2026. It's no way that we over here in these countries, some of these countries should be worried about skin color. I mean, it's no way. It's no way that we should be worried about people complexions and stuff like that. It's no fucking way that we should be worried about whether you're wearing eyelashes, a wig, or you got a BBL, or you got whatever. Like, it's no way that you should be upset because I don't vote like you vote. I don't believe like you believe. It's no way you should be mad with me because I don't want you in my goddamn bathroom if you're not a woman. And it's no way that you should be mad with somebody that wants to live a lifestyle that's not the same lifestyle as yours. I mean, we supposed to be entering into the Aquarium age. So why everybody gotta agree? Like, this been going on for a long time. And this is something that somebody was making a point on last night on their live. Like, everybody mad with that girl for voting for clicking with Trump, but she been calling out those people in the industry, and she been calling out very powerful people that are backed by judges and all that. Like, these people is a machine, so she been calling them out. Now, she probably, think about it, if she probably personally don't dislike what the fans gonna do when the bad boys come for you. What the fuck your fans gonna do for you? What the Barb's gonna do if them people try to 5150 her allegedly? If they come for her and get her, move her, them people, not only do they got power in high places. I'm talking about with the people that make the laws in the legislature. They got lawyers and all. Do you know what them? Do you really know what them judges and lawyers can do? Them people is gangsters with a pen. That's the most. It ain't the gang. It ain't the neighborhoods and the low poverty areas with the. It's them people with them pens that's dangerous, honey. That's making them laws in them legislatures. That's a part of the spiritual wickedness in high places on another level too. That's a part of that. And then not only that, the judges, I'm gonna go as far as to say your judges and lawyers are puppets. It's the black hand, it's the black nobility behind them that's really running everything. It's not even the people you see. Like, we be like, oh, I see the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers and the president. Those are all puppets. The people over in Israel, all them people are puppets Though that's not the real. You never see the real hand. You never see the real power. You never really know. It might be right beside you, and you like, oh, every now and then they pop out. Idi Amin, go look at The Last King of Scotland. I'm putting you on to another good movie. Go look at that. That's the real, true black nobility. They want to play around and say, oh, he was just saying he was the last king. Just like the last emperor, he was the last king of Scotland. That's a black king that if he was the black nobility that went over to Africa and played king, but he was the last king of Scotland. That means the real black nobility behind the scenes. They got these other people representing them, but that's who the power structure is. That's highs. But he popped out and showed you how cruel they can be. His wife cheated on him. That motherfucker with that white man, that doctor, you know what he did to her? He cut that baby out of her ass. That's what he did and left her for dead. He wasn't playing with that damn white man neither that messed with her. He crucified that. They don't have no compare. You think that's who taught these people? And I ain't gonna say we didn't teach them neither, because we love everybody but each other sometimes. And when them kids came over here on them orphan trains and stuff, because them people ain't been here that long, like they have written in it, like they trying to make us think. They have not been here that long. We civilized them people, taught them how to walk, taught them, breastfed their babies because they didn't have the capacity to do it, gave them the blood, the one drop of blood to make them so that they could do it now. We had to do that because they had to have a right to ascension too, because when somebody is created like that, like Frankenstein and all that, that's not right. That's an abomination. And you know, mother does not like that. And I ain't talking about my mother. I ain't talking about I'm talking about Mother Universe. That's not fair. So, you know, and they mind is not like everybody. They didn't create nothing. They just steal it and pretend it is theirs. They don't have the capacity. Some of them do, because some of them is looking like but they are, you know, of the more melanated. But you have to discern the spirits. They not able to think nothing but survival. I mean, if you, they can't. Do you know? I mean, y'all don't know. That's why I said. That's why they think we done when they come over here, because everybody ain't on the same page, and everybody don't have to be. I'm not trying to get everybody to think like I think, but it's time out for this indoctrination. It's come on, shit. Come on now. It's time to put the African boat diaspora shit away. I'm just being real. Like, by now, you should know you didn't come from no Africa. If you still talking about you was a slave and you came over here on a slave ship, we really don't. I don't know what to say to you. Like, I don't have no conversation for that. Like, I don't know what to do with that. If you still thinking that you came over here on this, I don't know what to do with that at this point. Because I was talking to this African yesterday, and I just was like, so you telling me that you believe that we came over here, so that means you a part of it, even though you not the elite, you not the black nobility, but you a part of the bullshit too, for your own benefit, because you know damn well y'all don't like us, and you know damn well that we ain't come over here no fucking, because you know you didn't hear no stories about that shit growing up. Because I got some real, I ain't gonna say they real people, but they gonna tell me the truth. They said they didn't hear no stories about no slave ship stories when they were growing up in Africa, and the only part that was really named Africa was a little part of Morocco. Like, that name came from a Moor. Like, it wasn't from a white man. It came from a Moor, and those people are not as old as America and not as old as us. So think about it. Why do they come here and follow us in our culture? If they were older than us, they could build their own stuff, take back their resources, and they wouldn't be over here trying to be here following us. So yeah, it's just it's a lot. And it shouldn't be a battle about the immigrants and all that, because the real enemies is these motherfuckers behind the scene, and these billionaire and trillionaires and these evil CEOs and shit. That's them Nepo babies that's bored and doing all this dark cabal bullshit. This evil shit to babies and shit, and these children and blah blah blah, and cloning and bored and doing all this biological warfare and shit and trying to hurt us. Yeah, it's a few assholes that come here, but most of them people trying to come here to get back what America done took from their fucking country. Now, I ain't saying that they don't use them as a weapon against us to take, you know, try to, tell them like, them fuck them black Americans, and blah, 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 and you can go move in their neighborhood and benefit. Yeah, it's a lot of bullshit, but they allow them, invite them over here. They invite them over here and they go fuck up their countries and then invite them over here. And then when they don't need them no more, that's what they need to understand. That these people is not their friend. Even the Democrats, they're crying and all that whining about. They only doing that because they trying to funnel that fucking money behind them. That when they write them checks out to them, they write the check out to their goddamn self. And that other side too, they all about the money and all about the power. They don't care about nothing about none of that. They just care about, okay, we gonna do this to them first and test it out. Then we gonna come for the other people. But you know what's gonna happen? Things are not gonna work out like they think. Yeah, they got a plan in place, but it's not going to work out like they really think. They know that. They know they only got a matter of time. That's why they putting all this artificial intelligence in place, because they so they can possess that too and run it through. They can run stuff through the AI because they know they're not gonna be able to be here to survive what's happening with Leviathan and all that waking up, honey. They know when Leviathan come through, destroying everything that's not natural to this organic to this earth, destroying everything. And if we don't even die, we're immortal, so we'll just become another form in another dimension. So I ain't even afraid of that. Yeah, don't nobody want to hear about that Leviathan and all that, but hey, that's true. But hey, like they say, that's my truth. It might not be your truth. I'm not trying to get everybody to believe what I believe and be on the same page with me, but it's just some things that we should be knowing here. It's 2026. We shouldn't be worrying about how somebody, like, I don't like it how they pick on that girl Clarissa Shields about her fighting with who in the fuck gonna fight with eyelashes and wigs and makeup on? Bitch, I'm fighting with my damn Vaseline. I'm gonna have oil on my face so the scratches won't be so deep. And I'm not gonna have no makeup. I'm not gonna have no eyelashes on. That girl is a great boxer. I admire her talent. And the lady is not ugly. We need to stop these people that, just because you think you ugly, stop getting up here as a sister telling these women that ain't got on no wigs and eyelashes and all this makeup and stuff that they don't look, that they ugly and stuff. Look, because you hate to look at yourself in the mirror. Because you hate to look at yourself in the mirror without anything on. Stop deflecting it on. You need to start looking at yourself without all that shit on, because you ain't going to be able to, man, you ain't going to be able to always wear, when the pandemic hit, y'all know y'all weren't able to wear all them weaves and all that shit. Now, when the pandemic hit, I already had my locks, but I was one of them in times past. I'm not even going to hold you. I was one of them motherfuckers that I had to have my eyelashes. I had to have my makeup on all the time. I had to have my wigs and my weave and da-da-da. I did. And I was one of them people that didn't want to look at myself naturally in the mirror. So I got out of that. I healed that. It takes time to do that, but it happened. Like, I get up here, I don't have no, what? If I got a pimple or what you gonna do to me? Sue me? What? Because I ain't got on no makeup and no eyelash. I don't wear all that. Honey, I don't wear that shit. I don't wear that shit so much until I wore it out. And couldn't nobody wear all that stuff like me. Shit, I be like the Instagram models ain't got shit on me. I love shit. I mean, we in drag when we doing that, which is fine. And I put that stuff on there if I feel like it. Ain't nothing, it ain't no sin. I ain't thinking about what Umar Johnson talking about you gotta wear your... No, we wore wigs all throughout ancient times. We would change it up. We had makeup. We would make it natural from the berries and the herbs and the earth. Okay, I wear it if I want to, but I'll wake up and wash my face and get on this bitch like I am, and I ain't ashamed. Hell, I get up here with my work clothes on, which I don't get dirty when I'm working. But I'm just saying, I throw on something. I'm not trying to impress none of you. Yeah, I'll dress up when I want to, but I don't have to, and I'm comfortable with myself, and that's a lot for me, because I put on a front like I was years and years ago, but I am now. I'm comfortable with myself. I have learned to love me, the me that was born this way in the mirror. I don't want no BBL. I ain't judging nobody for doing it, but I have sat back and I have looked over time at the people that has gotten all this stuff done. Even be careful with that Ozempic. Them people look terrible. Them people look terrible, and they getting sick from that mess. All that stuff messing with this avatar. You better leave this motherfucker alone unless you have to. Now I ain't saying you can do a little, even with your teeth. Those are crystals. I tried to tell somebody, they was like, honey, I'm getting me some veneers. I was like, listen, if you already got them, fine. Ain't nothing you can do about that now. But when you know better, you do better. Had I known better, well, I don't know how I could have done it. I might could have shaved my wisdom tooth down. But they say you don't supposed to get your wisdom teeth pulled. But I did it. But it was a long time ago. But they say they worth a lot of money. I didn't know. I didn't know my teeth was crystals back then. I didn't know. Maybe I could have got them shaved down, but they was cutting into my jaw or whatever. But some of this stuff you don't have to do to yourself. It's gonna not help you in the end, health wise, spiritually, none of it. I mean, you might say I'm getting a little took, get a little. If it ain't too invasive, you can get you might want to get a little something. But all this, these people getting it's like an entity getting them, and they do too much. The only person that I seen that looked good with it, because old girl looked like a black, well, she ain't black, but she looked like a Latino Joan Rivers. And it just looked weird to me. I'm not even trying to judge. Even the other one, the one that's with the president, they all look, after a while, that mess look weird. The only one that looked good is Lily Links, and she don't even look like herself, but I guess she waited till she was older and got it. And it works out a little better when after you have baby, you ain't have no more babies in them. Whatever you get older, it might work out for you better. And I still wouldn't guarantee. I wouldn't recommend nobody doing all she done. But Nene Leakes look good with her surgery. And who else? What I don't know what whatchamacallit had done, but she looked like T2. Remy Ma looked like, it's like if she did have surgery done, she got just enough. Not too much, not just like she knew. For some reason, she knew. Because they be overdoing it. Honey, they get in them damn tables and they get that money coming in. They like, oh, I got a $50,000 a day to go and blow up the other butt cheek to make it look like a heart with a piece of circle. Oh, what the fuck is you doing? What the fuck is you doing? Listen, I was on the beach in Miami a few years ago. And I seen these women. They was like white looking women and Latino. I ain't even trying to put nobody down. Look, I'm just keeping it a buck. They look good. I ain't even trying to say you don't look good. You don't look good because they was looking like tea. But the thing that impressed me was they didn't have too much. They had like I don't know if they had a D cup, but they had some booty and they had their bikinis on. And I was like, and I don't know damn homo gay shit. I was complimenting them. We was just hanging out talking. I met a lot of cool people in Florida, and it was not just people that looked like me. I was on the look. I met a group that they wanted me to stay on their yachts with them. Honey, I was about to come back. I was like, I'm about to leave. No, I'm about to leave, y'all. I'm coming back. I was like, God, they was like, come live on our yachts with me and all this and that. And I probably would have been okay. Because my best friend is down there, and she always wanted me to. I would have been, honey, I was out there vibing. I was out there wow, and I was enjoying. I would have been all right. I was out there. It'd be some weirdos, little weird areas, but honey, I was out there with the yacht people or whatever. I'm not no yacht girl. I'm gonna make it clear. Not no yacht, because I couldn't wear it. No, I won't no yacht. Now this one man. This one man, I went somewhere and he was trying to invite me on one of them white parties or whatever. He was like, you know, I would invite you on my yacht. I was like, huh. I hope he don't think I'm gonna get up there and freak out. He didn't say it, but he said it. He said, well, I would invite you on my yacht, but you have to have a certain type of membership to get up here. Like, I guess he was trying to tell me it's certain stuff you got to do. Not me. I'm not about to be out in the middle of no ocean. I don't look at too many movies like that. I'm not about to be out there in the middle of no ocean high. and I'm getting my butt ran through, and I'm getting ran through on the middle of the ocean, and you got to steer me back to, ain't that fucking slow? No, hell no. See, yeah, I travel by myself all the time. I be in other countries. Yeah. Honey, I be in groups. It's just hard to get me. I'm a smart. I ain't saying I'm perfect and I got it all, but I'm a smart traveler. They be trying to get me off the grid, and they like, you want to go on a tour? And we get off the grid, and oh no, nope, 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 nope. I'm not doing none of that. It's enough for me to see with the tourists. I'm not doing no back now. It depends on what country that I'm in, too. It depends. Now, if I'm hiking and I'm over in like certain countries, I might go, but no, I ain't going off grid just anywhere. I know. I study before I go anyway. I be having my discernment on deck, and I make it on back. Ha, hallelujah. Damn right. But yeah, so yeah, he was like, you gotta have a certain membership. I'm like, oh Lord, this sound like that shit. And back then, nobody wasn't talking about, what were they talking about? I wasn't that woke. I was woke, but not like I am now. But I knew better than to be trying to say what I need to do to get on your yacht. And I was a thick girl then. I wasn't skinny. I wasn't gonna be like, what I need to. Oh no, you ain't gonna take me through there. It ain't gonna be none of that for me. Take me through there. Take me through there. So yeah, I had a good time out there, and I met some cool, interesting people. And I was on the beach, and these women, they had just enough. It looked good. They won't all, trying to look like no cartoon characters and all that. I'm sure and guess what they told me? They had work done. They men or their husbands got the work done for them, bought their breasts, bought their BBL and all that. I was like, you work out? They was like, girl, no, I don't really work out. They came out and told me basically all the women on that beach done had it. And well, from what I hear, they be buying their teeth. They send them over there to Cuba, and they get the teeth, the breast, the whole shebang. But it be looking like not overdoing it, just enough. I mean, it look good to me. I mean, if you gonna do it, then goddamn, man, don't make yourself look like no cartoon character. And you know what I'm saying? Then it's already hard for some people don't know how to wash their ass. People don't wash their ass and stuff properly. Cause when you go to we about to get personal now. When you go to the fucking bathroom, you shit. Even the Muslim religion believe you supposed to wash your ass with water. You don't supposed to just wipe your ass with no tissue when you go to the motherfucking bathroom. You supposed to have some baby wipes or something to rinse your ass, because it's that part up there that's high up there to the. Now don't sever your asshole, because you might damage it. But it's that gently. It's that part up there where that stuff just cake up at. So if you using just tissue when you shit, you're not gonna get all that stuff out. And that's why you have the damn stains in your damn drawers and shit. And that's where some of the odor coming from too. Cause if you a woman, it get in the front. And if you a man, it's gonna get in your balls too and shit. And then you already go to the bathroom and drip. And y'all just drip in the stool, and then your balls fall all in the stool and all kind of shit. I do teach this. I teach everybody that know me. Even if you, man, when I was married, I was on this shit. Girl, I've been on this shit. If you date me, you already know. They be like, your motherfucking ass is. Don't rush me to take my bath, bitch. You can go on to the next bitch. Go on. I'm gonna get clean. I got time, cause see these girls, they get with these men and they ready to put on these tight. When you wear them tight motherfucking clothes, yeast infection. And a lot of times you don't. But then I'm gonna let them go to the doctor, because they having sex with too many people, and it's not like it used to be. Yeah, you will get stuff back in the day from different partners, but now it's even worse. So a lot of times when they have odors, they might got the trichomonas or the bacterionitis, vaginitis, and the yogurt, the real yogurt. See, y'all be eating fake yogurt. Y'all don't know what kefir yogurt is. Y'all don't know what that is. That's the real yogurt. That's what the Old Testament yogurt talk about. You can put that shit in your vagina and it'll clear up yeast. But it ain't gonna clear up no STDs, motherfucker. No, it's not gonna clear up no STDs, but it'll clear up yeast. You know, when you got candida, and you can get candida from taking too many antibiotics and stuff, different stuff like that. It ain't got to be from no sexual intercourse. You get that from yeast, comes from a lot of things. You can get it from taking too many antibiotics, where you done did something with your immune system where you don't fight the good bacteria or whatever. You making too much of the good bacteria or whatever. Your body is resistant to something with that candida, and it can come from antibiotics and stuff like that. And but yeah, when you washing back there, you have a bowel movement. You're not cleaning yourself with tissue, and you're gonna go by ass. You're gonna go by ass, and you know it's already hard for some people to. Some people don't know how to wipe. They don't know how to wash. They don't even know how to take a shower. They don't know that when you take a shower, you're supposed to get under your. You can't. You gotta wash. You gotta wash behind your ears. You need a washcloth. I don't know what your parents taught you. Don't let nobody fool you. You need a washcloth. You need a white washcloth too, if you can get it, because that other washcloths got dyes in and they're cheap. Even if you don't have no fucking washcloth, cut a t-shirt up or something. I'm just keeping it a buck. If you can take a bath. If you can't get to no water and you strain with water, and you can put you some water in a fucking bowl or something. You can put you some water in a bowl and get you a cheap bar of soap, and you can still wash your ass. Don't use the same washcloth you use for your face. Keep you a piece of rag or something for your face, and don't use a lot of soap on your face and stuff, because that's not good for you. Hot water good for your face, and honey a cleanser. You know what I'm saying? Or if you're trying to cleanse it or whatever, a little honey and hot water will cleanse. Lemon or so, a little bit of lemon. If you don't, want to use no soaps, but get that soap behind your ears, in your ears, behind your neck, because the top part of your neck is connected to your face, so you don't want to be scrubbing that, because that's gonna age and stuff if you rubbing it too hard. The one under your chin, that area and stuff. You scrubbing your face. You don't want to use too much hot water on your face. You just want to tap it to clear out the pores and stuff. But you want to use cool water. You might want to use a little warm on your eyes to get the matter and stuff out. But you want to use cool water on your face. But when you washing under your breasts and washing under your arms, you want to scrub it. And you want to scrub your body. You need to scrub your body. You need to scrub under your stomach and your navel. You need to get all of that. And when you wash in between your legs, you don't just need to wash your area. Even the men, you need to get under your scrotum. You need to get the size over there in them creases. That's where the odor be at too. Sometimes you be smelling because you got odor under your stomach and in your hair area, like that hair carry odor. You need to get the size and the crease. And if you fat, you need to get under your stomach real good, because that's when your belly hang down. You need to get under there. You need to get in between. And you need to make sure you get that butt when you wash it, and not just your asshole. You need to go up in that crease and scrub and rinse. Yes. You need to wash good and then dry off. Let dry before you put the deodorant on. And then, babe, you need the baby powder with the cornstarch is good. They don't have that stuff now that can cause cancer. You get you some baby powders if you don't got a lot of money. You put that under your arms, under your breasts, even the men, under your stomach, in your area, and a little bit on your butt and stuff. If you don't have no cologne, get you some cheap baby powders with the cornstarch. They got the scented baby powders. They got the lavender smell, whatever. Men need this too. Men be stinking. They think it's the woman. They get around, oh, women smell like fish. Y'all stink, and your sperm be stinking sometimes. And that's what the woman be smelling like, because she don't realize that shouldn't be letting y'all come in her anyway. And on top of that, whatever a man eat, that's what his sperm gonna smell like. And the women lay there with you and just cuddle, and the damn shit smell and run out, when they should be hurrying up, going in there and swishing it out, and breathing and pushing that shit out. If you're gonna be as bold as to just let a motherfucker just come all up in you all the time, and that shit have an odor to it. You know what I'm saying? And then they gonna tell you, a man gonna tell you, you stink. You sitting up here as a woman, having relations, even with one man, and you not washing good, you just going to the bathroom, having the shit, not cleaning yourself, not washing, and then you got a booty on top of that, man, you know how hard it is to wipe your ass without that booty and how much tissue it takes. What you think gonna happen if you get a big old cartoon looking BBL? Yeah, and it might be leaking and it might not heal up good. You got that shit smelling on top of the fact that you ain't washing your ass good. So that's a whole nother problem you don't put on yourself right there. So you can look like a cartoon character for what? For somebody that's still gonna go look at a flat bitch and want to hit that too. The fuck? No. You want to look at yourself looking like that, okay? But what about all the problems that could? It's a possibility that that shit don't heal good, and it's got a older way. And now they say they putting dead people fat, and ooh, they got haunted fat now. Child, they got haunted fat that they putting up in your damn ass. Dead people fat. What the fuck? Yeah, I don't know. You just got to think about stuff ahead. You can't just think like, oh, I'm going to become a famous person and they want me to look like this one and that one. Man, you got to think about it. That shit feasible. I don't think Rihanna had, yeah, she might have already had the booty and all that, but I don't think she got nothing done. Maybe she didn't have to, but still, I mean, jeez. Come on. I mean, I understand, you know, if you want to do something, that's your body, that's your choice. But that overboard stuff, you know what I'm saying? These women get that. I believe something took over. Whatever Little Kim felt, they made her feel like so much shit until something just took her over until she didn't know when to stop. She was beautiful, but you can tell somebody that they're beautiful all you want to, but if they can't see it for themselves, then you wasting your breath. You wasting your breath. You can say, oh, you're beautiful. It's nothing wrong with you. But they got to believe that from within. And they can't be, you don't want to be a puppet out here because these people, once they done with you in that industry, in a relationship, you know what I'm saying? After they get tired of what you get with this man because he wants you to have a bigger ass and you think he gonna marry you. Most of the time they don't take them women seriously with them BBLs. Now, let me tell you about them other women. They get it after they get it after they get married and stuff like that. Probably they get their husbands to get it for them. That's smart too. Cause you already married. You ain't got no prenup. His ass ain't going nowhere. It's gonna be cheaper to keep him. But you getting it to get the husband and all that and the man, and it attract the wrong type of men for a lot of our women. It don't attract men that take you seriously. You know what I'm saying? And from what I seen, it's like they get with the worst men with them BBLs and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like it attract like no good men or something. I'd rather have the man, have the cool relationship. He done accepted me like I am. Then I'd be like, maybe I'll get some work done and shit, but not to get them. Yeah, I want somebody to accept me plain Jane with no makeup, breath stinking. Sight. My breath don't be stink. I brush my teeth. Matter of fact, I'm about to brush my teeth now. But I'm saying, you know, you want somebody to love you like you is. You know, they accept you because you doing all this surgery and you be having kids and they start like that lady had that baby. Because a lot of them women in other countries, and some here do it, they'll get surgery and it ain't how they really look. Then when they have a baby, that baby be looking strange. That man looking at them like, who the fuck baby is this? No, nigga, that baby looked like that bitch before she had surgery. You see that thing where that man divorced that woman because that baby looked like her before she had surgery? And then some woman took the makeup off or something, and the man see how she really looked and he divorced her. Yeah, they all follow Lil' Kim and they give her credit too. They all follow her because, you know, she was the one that Diddy pushed well, I ain't gonna say it was through the music industry, but you know they had a black exploitation already with the black women as the whore and the black man as the pimp and getting whitey. But you know, she was the one we looked at that was the sexy mama of the music industry, but it was kind of like, you know, she was looking like, you know, the prostitute type thing. You know what I'm saying? That she pushed that energy and, you know, pushed it through the bad boys and all this and that. And they use Lil' Kim. And Lil' Kim ain't gonna think about it. Being around them niggas, ain't no telling what she went through. I mean, you know, it's women. I don't know what we did to these men when we was in power, cause goddamn, good for at all. Did we abuse our power too? Cause goddamn, shit, they ain't got no pity for us, and now they mad. Ain't they mad? Cause these women dating the white men. These black women get with these white men and putting that possess. Girl, don't let me. You know who? You know. I ain't never dated nobody of no other culture publicly or nothing like that. Look, I said publicly. But listen, I was on that black power thing. You know, most of them black power people, they be having a fetish for a white wife and a different color stuff. But anyway, I'm gonna tell you a white man that I always thought was handsome, and I was like, it seemed like he cool as hell, and I went to see him perform. He still look good. That John B from back in the day, honey. You know that man, that was one that I was like, he come my way, I might gotta, I don't know, I might gotta see what he talk. John B. But look, you know that Babyface had him under a 30-year 360 contract. You know that man was born in 1974. He just got so he could make his own money now. And his album, he wrote for people like Luther Vandross and Al Beach. I mean, you wouldn't believe the people. He done wrote songs with Babyface that someone to love, someone to trust, someone to hold. Baby, I mean, they performed that song. I think him and that was John B and Babyface, but he just got so now he in his 50s that he can make his own. I'm like, dang, that's some shit. And we always talking about the white man this and the white man that and the white. Man, it's the people that it's them billionaires, it's them damn multi-millionaires, billionaires. It's really not a color thing. You think they care about, when they got that money, you think they care about skin color? Hell no. 30 years, 30 fucking years. You know, I would have been me. I was crazy. See, you know, I was going in that industry. They probably would have been done got rid of me. Cause girl, you know I wasn't gonna take that shit. Ain't no fucking way. And I write. You know, I write my own shit like you do. I write my shit. My shit be good. My shit been on a radio play. I've been picked as new artist pick. And they wanted me to do some stuff in the studio with some Sun people. But thank goodness I was ignorant back then. I was like, no, I'm doing just inspirational music, and that's against what I believe. I'm glad that now that I think back, I'm glad, because I'm trying to tell you, if you would have put me in a deal like that, them motherfuckers, somebody was gonna get up out, somebody's feet were gonna be up in the air when it come to my money. It would have been a problem, and I wouldn't have took it laying down, and I definitely wouldn't have took it when I was in that industry. When I was even in the inspirational music industry, you know, I was married, and you know, my husband was my manager, but I was seeing how them guys was trying to hit on me, and I didn't like that. I did not like that when he wasn't at the studio with me, how they be acting. And I'm like, so you mean to tell me these motherfuckers is like this and all set? I'm not dealing with this. And I was like, I was telling him like, please, I need my own studio, because I don't want to go deal with these. I need a studio, and I need my own engineer, because back then, you know, we was mixing it. We had to have an engineer to mix the music and stuff like that. Well, when I go in the studio, they be trying to tell me how to do. I'm like, I wrote this shit, bitch. Like, and I won't talk like that, because, you know, I was Christian then and inspirational music. But I be trying to be nice, but I be getting pissed off, because I don't like how when you go in the studio, you paying and they trying to take control. Now, I don't mind you giving me tips and giving me recommendations, but bitch, I'm paying already. Don't try to take over my music, and then they want to be like, oh well, I can put this sound to this song. And then when you see, I was smart enough back then. I got the rights to my music. I bought my own beat, and I had my songs that I wrote, but I had my own music that I bought too. I had the rights to the music. Nobody could say that was their music, but it was this other song that I wrote, and I used the engineer beat, and he want to be like, well, if you play that song and you didn't pay me for it, then blah, blah. So I learned a long time ago how the game go. I already knew how to work my shit back then. I knew to own my fucking music and own my rights and everything. I already knew that. I don't know how I knew that, but I was smart enough to know that about the business of music. That if I didn't own, I wasn't gonna get paid. I knew I needed to be the owner. I knew I needed to be independent or whatever. That's what my goal was then, because I believe I done been in that industry before. Like, I believe I've been a very popular, maybe fake, because I already knew like what time it was. I knew this shit that people finding out now. I already knew that was going on, and I was not about to be no. I wasn't gonna go through that with them, and I know I didn't want to go through that. I had no desire, because it was a gatekeeping thing where if you didn't do certain, even in the gospel industry, music, they was they be on some bullshit. I'm like, you know what? I need my own studio. I'm not dealing with these niggas. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna be no piece of meat going into these studios. I'm just, nigga, I know how. I don't have to. I'm married. And if I wasn't, I know how to write my shit. I don't need you to write nothing for me. I just need to, and I know how to arrange my music. I really don't need you to give me no music, because I know what, when I hear the song, I know what sound I want with it. So anyway, it was some bullshit. Now the doors is opening up, and I like that John B can make his own money. I couldn't have held. I don't know how I would have handled that. You cooping money off of my song, and I gotta pay your bills. See, that would have been hard for me. And you want to fuck me in the ass and pass me around. See, my ancestors in the universe know I wouldn't have been able to, like, that would have did it. Yeah, that would have. I thought, and then I'm dealing with family issues too. Oh shit. Yeah, that would have done it right there. So I'm so glad that 30 years he just got, so he can. His wife, he been married a couple of times, but he got 2 kids with this woman. And when I went to his concert in 2017, he was married to her then. So he was talking about how much he loved her. They got a good relationship. I think he is a good guy. He's like from Boston, but he was raised up in California, and he can write and everything. Like, he was in the studio with Tupac. He just I think he's a real show enough guy. They really took advantage of him. That man, 50 years old, and do you know he was paying all of the record company bills? If he bought a bottle of water, they were cooping that off of him. He got to pay them back for the bottle of water that he drink. Anything that he do, they were taking that out of everything. And he done went platinum, and I'm talking about, he had a few platinum songs. He ain't get nothing. Nothing. We were making more than he was, and we be thinking these people is like rich and they famous and they got the fame, baby. But what that rapper, what the Migos say, I'd rather be rich than famous. Fuck all that. Fuck all that. No, thank you. No. And it be you gotta be. You can't look at skin. He said he was so excited. He was so excited to be with LA, what is it? LA Records, LaFace Records or whatever, and he was so excited to be in the industry, he didn't really look at them contracts. But see, now people trying to be independent and they looking at them contracts. Them people done did that. They've been doing that for a long. Even in that movie industry, somebody said they met Ben Affleck at the airport and he didn't get paid from a movie deal. They don't be making no money for them movies like that either. Shh. Not just the melanated people, the other cultures. And they gotta do that bending over and all that mess and getting passed around. And when their money ain't right, they gotta go over to buy or ballet and be the damn shit bag and be the yacht girl. And oh hell no. No thank you. I'd rather be wealthy than famous. Oh no, in the background. But y'all, this has been MaSunGoddess777. I'm gonna put that movie in this description when it upload. The movie that I was talking about, it's a series. They just did one season, but it's good. But I'm gonna put it in the description because I know y'all would enjoy looking at it. It's a new Netflix series. Matter of fact, it's called His and Hers. It's called His and Hers. Yep. Yep, it's called His and Hers. Yep. It's called His and Hers. Yep, that's what it is. Yep. So I'm about to get out of here now. Y'all have a wonderful day on this Thursday. And you know, just keep a hold of yourself. Keep your grounded meditation. I'm about to work out soon too. Meditate, ground, connect to the sun, go within, love yourself. Love yourself unconditionally, and then you'll be able to show other people unconditional love. And you'll be able to set boundaries. You'll know when to say yes, know when to say no. And you'll be able to regulate your own nervous system and not be dependent on other people for your joy and your happiness and things like that. So this has been MaSunGoddess777. Support Maya's Temple of Healing and Unconditional Love. Unconditional love, balance, wholeness, oneness, and bliss to you all. And protection to you. And being able to mitigate through this shift, through this golden age, this Aquarian enemy, in this Aquarius energy. And leaving out of the Piscean era. Letting things go. You're not going to forgive, but being able to forgive yourself and forgive others and not look for the hero, but within you. And not letting these people trigger you. Because like I said, it's a frequency war going on. You know what I'm saying? They trying to get to you through these devices and stuff. And through these mirrors and the laptops and blah, blah, blah. So you want to keep a hold of yourself. And don't, you know, look at these motherfuckers like you in the Matrix. Matter of fact, look at them like you in the Matrix. Like, okay, I'm in that movie. This motherfucker agent done took over this motherfucker today. They trying to get me to crash out, and I'm not going to do it. Yeah, you got to think like that. All right, guys, I'm out.